My name is Anna, and I'm a student minister or chaplain at the University of Oslo, and one of 4 ministers doing the Jakob masses. And I've been part of this crew in this church, so to say, for about 3 or 4 years, and it's been a wonderful experience, and because it's different from doing a service in an ordinary church in Norway, both because of the building here and the way we use the room, that we use lights, sound, and that you have different kind of musicians that you usually have in church, like a band, which could be, I guess, some people will think is kind of vulgar, I don't know, but these are highly professional people doing their very best, and I believe what makes it most nice to be part of this crew is that I think we all long for a kind of a open-hearted church which can room all kinds of people, and this is what we try to tell the people coming here for service. So the church that we long for are we trying to give away while we're doing the Mass. So everyone participates. It's not like that the musicians are just playing, but they react to the words we use, to the poems, to the texts, and before Mass we rehearse for an hour, and I don't believe very many musicians and ministers do that everywhere else in the church. So we kind of work ourselves together before we do the Mass. And as a professional doing the work, the ministers are doing the work with finding texts. So we start, for instance, 14 days before the Mass to look up the Bible text, read it, discuss it, and then one of us continues working, finding poems who can sort of reflect the Bible text, maybe in an unexpected way, try to give new depths to the Bible text, because usually we hear the Bible text and we think we understand what it means, but if you sort of work hard with it, there are so many layers, and you can decide to sort of enhance one word or one perspective or one metaphor in a long text, and then we reflect it with poems. And the most challenging bit is probably that we don't have a speech. We don't preach in a traditional way, but we write prayers. So for me, the most challenging part of doing the Mass here is to write the prayers, because in ordinary Mass the prayers are most often given, so you just pray them, but we have to write them in accordance both so they are in thread, so to say, with the Bible text, with the poem, and with the Mass itself, and that is challenging, very challenging. And maybe I use more time on writing 3 small prayers for a Mass in Jakob than I do when I write a speech or prepare my preach for Sunday service. And I like it very much, because it's like the discipline of the Mass don't allow us to preach, and that's wonderful, actually. And it makes us, we need to develop our own language for prayers. So I haven't prayed much, actually, before. Well, I've been using the ordinary prayers for my personal life, I mean, the ordinary prayers, Our Father and so on, but not been praying much for people or anything, just been sort of, because I have thought it was difficult. Who am I speaking to? How do I speak to God? Where is she or he? How do I cover everything? And so on. It became too difficult. But here, I can challenge that, and I can, for instance, instead of proclaiming who God is in the prayers, I have to more ask, who are you, God? For instance, who allows people to die in the world? Why are there so many refugees? Why are there so much war and injustice and poverty? And how can we let so few people be so incredible rich, and so many people so incredible poor? What kind of God is that? Who are you? And this in the church, ordinary mass, we proclaim who God is, and that is good because it's part of our common history, so to say, as well. But it's very nice to have an opportunity and a place where we can pray differently. And this is what I love with doing the Mass.
Den største gaven kom, da vi ble Gud så lik, og hjertet